Back to the next video of integrating Redis with NextJS. So in this part we will be looking into how to make sure once the user sign up, that user is unique to our application, so that no other user with the same username can sign up with the same username. So we will be adding a check of unique usernames inside our app. Also, I will show you how to like and unlike a particular item which we have created, and also to see the list of likes item. So firstly, I will show you the demo. So here I'll create an user called def. Okay, this is the username, this is the password. Okay, you can improve the UI if you want to. Also, if you haven't watched my previous videos of integrating Next.js with Redis, do watch that, because I'm building on top of that. Otherwise you won't be able to understand anything. So if I click on create, okay, this user is created. I will go back. Okay, and I know this is not proper, you should not be allow the user to go back, but yeah, I'm trying to keep things simple. So if I try to register with the same username and password, I'll get an error. Okay, username exists. All right, next, suppose I go to this, not this, I'll go to create a page. Okay, a create item page which I have created previously in my previous video, which takes the item name, image URL, as well as the count. So I'll enter some item name for this particular user, suppose table 1. Okay, and I'll just copy paste this image link over here. I'll enter some count as well, keep it as 1. I'll click on create. So the item was created, and I have also entered the item ID over here. So if you go to this particular item ID, you will see that item being created. So I can go to something like this, and here you see the item has been created. Now suppose if I try to like this item, here you can see the like count was increased by 1. If I unlike it again, if I click on that item again, it unlikes it. So I have set the count again back to 0. Again, this is all stored in Redis. And if I like this item again, okay, so I have liked this item, and if I go to this page of likes, and if I refresh this, here you can see I have liked this item. Suppose if I unlike it again and I go to this page, I'll refresh it. So here you can see, you see nothing. So that's what we will be seeing in this video. So firstly, what you'll have to do is you will have to go to services, go to keys.ts, and here I have added 2 keys, one for unique username and one for user likes. So add these 2 keys first. Once you do that, you will have to go to services, queries, user.ts, and here I have added inside create user. So first here, as you can see, I have added this check. So checking whether this particular user is a unique user or not. If the user already exists, then I am throwing an error called username already exists. If not, then I am adding it to our edge set with this key, as well as I am adding it as using the add method of Redis as well. All right, next you will have to go to app, items ID, page.tsx, and as you can see over here, I have added this cookies import as well, and I have added this like button as well. So if you so here I have created another component called like button, which takes an ID as well as a user ID. So this is the item ID, and this is the user ID which was stored in cookie. And if I go to like button, I am using use client, but if you, and I am also using use effect, but a better way would be to use HWR hook. But yeah, I have tried to keep things simple. So here I have one state for whether the item has been liked or not, and second for count, because it's not necessary that the item which you have created can only be liked by you. It can be liked by some other people as well. And here if you see, I have created this first method called check if item is liked. Now before showing you all this implementation, you will have to go to services, queries, likes.ts, and here I have created few methods. So first one is to check whether the user has liked this item or not. So it takes an item ID as well as a user ID, and all I am doing whether this is a member of our item ID by passing the user ID as well as the item ID or not. Second one is to like that particular item. So in case the user has liked a particular item, I'm adding it to our sadd member using to our set, and also incrementing the count. Similarly for unlike as well, I'm removing it from our set and incrementing the count by -1, so that is kind of like decrementing it by 1. Then this method is for getting the like items, so whatever items the user has liked. So if you remember, inside our likes page I was displaying all the items which the user has liked, so for that we will be using this method. I have also have this method called common like, even though I'm not using it. Suppose if you want to check which items two users have liked, you can use something like this, but again I'm not really using this. Okay, so if I go to again to like button.tsx, so here you can see inside use effect I'm checking first if the item has been liked or not, and if it is liked then I'm setting this variable set is like to true, and this method is called on button click. So if the item is already liked, then I am calling unlike item and I am setting is like to false and also setting the count. Similarly, if it is not liked, then I am liking the item, setting the is like to true, and here I am also setting the like count to whatever count we get. If you want to be more accurate, you can also move this over here. I think that would be better. All right, next also if you remember, I have not created any if you see over here, if I go to index.tsx, I have like created all these methods inside this like item service. So if you see, I am calling all this inside from our server actions. The reason why I am not directly calling this methods this like item directly inside my like button, because this is a client component, that's why. But if you remember our user for our page for getting the user the item specific details, I was directly calling the get item method from our services queries item, because this is a server rendered component. For client render component it would be difficult, that's why I have added all this method inside our server actions as well. So if you go inside index.tsx, here you can see there is this like item service, unlike item service, user like item service. I'm just calling this all this methods which we have defined inside our queries likes.ts method, and then I'm using it over here. Okay, next services, then actions, index.ts I also shown you, then likes. Okay, that's also I have shown you. Then I have created one more page called likes page.tsx. Here I'm as you can see, this is a server rendered component, so I'm directly calling the liked item methods. I'm passing the ID of the user, and this will fetch you all the items which the user has liked. I'm just mapping over it and displaying it to the user. Also one more thing which I forgot in last video is inside get items in queries. So I'll just show you. It is in like items. I'll go to get items. So yeah, over here inside src queries items item.ts, inside get items method, make sure you add a return statement over here as well, otherwise you won't get anything once you go to the like item page. So yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. Bye.